I want to talk about the death of the greatest game modes in Pixel Gun's history. That being duels. You might agree, you might disagree, but as a content creator, duels was the most exciting part of this game. You could go into a duels map and you'd get little Jimmy down the road who wasn't very good and you would rip him apart. The next game, you would come across the ultimate Titan tryhard and they would destroy you. Every time you played duels, the experience was completely different. Now, I'm not here to bash on the developers, but I want to talk about duels as a game mode. In fact, I want to talk about how Pixel Gun 3D have not evolved any of their game modes over the last decade. Now, I love Pixel Gun 3D. I've been playing this game since late 2016, early 2017. That's quite some time. I've seen the highs, and we've certainly seen the lows of this game. I want to know in the comment section, what is your favorite game mode in Pixel Gun 3D? And what can they do to revive certain modes in this game? I've got a couple of theories, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in today's video. What inspired today's video is I thought, you know what? It's been a long time since I've done a duels video. That being said, I do have 2 duels videos sitting on my desktop from like a year ago that I've never ever released. If you guys want me to release them, let me know in the comment section because they're pretty good and we were actually fighting for gems. But the main reason that inspired today's video is I was like, let's do a duels video. I was like, let's go into duels and let's go into Nightpool. This was always classed as the most competitive and the most full duels. I sat at this screen for 30 minutes and I see no one. Not a single player popped up. If you had told me this like 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago that this would be happening, I'd say, bro, what are you smoking? That's definitely not going to happen. The fact that I'm sitting here at the back end of 2024 and I can't find a single duels video person to play against is actually quite heartbreaking, to be honest with you, because as a content creator, not only myself, but also you guys who enjoy Pixel Gun 3D absolutely loved the duels videos. Not just mine. Collectively speaking, across the whole entire Pixel Gun community, if you search for duels, they were doing some serious numbers. I think I found a couple of videos that had like nearly 2 million views. Some of my old videos were getting like 500,000, 750,000, 100 on average, 100,000 on average. This is absolutely devastating to see. Now, I'm trying to keep this running as long as possible because I wanted to talk about the game modes as a whole in Pixel Gun 3D. Now, from my understanding, things have started to change in the Pixel Gun 3D development side. I believe they might have a new head who's trying to send them in the right direction. Things they need to do, things that the game needs in order to survive. You probably noticed we've had a lot of free-to-play content over the past, I would say, like 3 months. The past three months have actually been pretty decent in Pixel Gun 3D as a free-to-play player. But as you can clearly see, not a soul in modern-day Pixel Gun 3D is interested in duels. And that is so sad to see. And Pixel Gun 3D must know this. They must see the people that are tapping on duels or playing a specific mode. I think they've completely taken their attention away from this, mainly because this game mode is a gamble. You are gambling gems. And when you're gambling gems and there's so many hackers in this game, people are practically just giving away gems for free. That's not your fault. That's not my fault. That is pure and simply on the developers. We've needed an anti-cheat for a decade. Still does not have this. There is no excuse at this point. What is happening to Pixel Gun 3D is down to the developers and the developers only. There is absolutely nobody else to blame other than themselves. Now, if I go back, because we're clearly not going to find a game, like I said, we've praised the developers for the whole free-to-play aspect. We shouldn't have to be praising this kind of content. This kind of stuff should have been introduced from the get-go. We've talked about this being needed for a very long time. This should have been available. I have no problem with them charging for ghosts and extra passes. That's completely fine as long as it stays free to play. But one thing that has not changed in Pixel Gun 3D is their modes. For me personally, the tournament mode was completely ruined. This mode is all about who can spam the hardest, the fastest. There's no difference in this mode versus playing regular team fight or regular deathmatch. This is all about who's going to play the longest. And that is pure and simply it. And this is classed as a tournament mode game. It's classed as a tournament game. It is the exact same as me backing out, going to classic, going to team fight, and just tapping on... Where is it? Where's the map that we just played? Tapping on Sky Islands. It's basically the exact same of what I've done. There's no difference. The old tournament mode was just so much better because you actually had progression levels. Now, again, not everyone's gonna agree with me. I'm completely fine with that. But I just felt like when you were in the old tournaments and you made it from like level 9 all the way to Division 1, that felt special. Like, it got really, really difficult and you had to do some serious grinding. Yes, you do have to do grinding in this, but it's all about who can spam the hardest for the longest. In the other one, there was limited weapons. In this, it's practically a free-for-all, and I'll be honest, it's definitely not my favorite at all. But then I was looking at the other modes and how things have not evolved. The campaign, Left to Die, if we go across, look at the next world. It usually says coming soon. Bro, that coming soon. It's going to be a decade before we get anything inside of there. If we go back, we look at the... Let's go to minigames. None of these modes have evolved or changed. They did Red Light for a cash grab to copy Squid Game. Sneak and Seek, they did this to copy Among Us. Sandbox, bro, if you go in Sandbox, you're going to end up on some kind of register. Probably not a register that you want to be on. Deadly Games, OG, like the fact that they've left that. Parkour never evolved. Racing never evolved. Glider Rush never evolved. Sniper Tournament never evolved. Monster Hunt, even Block Crash, the #1 minigame, has never been given a holiday update. It's never been given a custom theme. It's never changed. It has been the same since day one. Day one. Minigames, the exact same. Free play. It's not really for me. It's like a GTA experience. I get it. It's somewhat popular. People like to hang out in there. Completely fine with that. Raids. Gotta download this, but also just left to completely die. 2 raids. Did we ever get any more? I think it was just them. People loved raids. People loved to speed run it. They never thought, you know what? Let's add something unique for the speedrunners. Event mode. Okay, they brought back brawls. It's not the same experience, in my opinion. But it's okay. Brawls back in the day when they were stuck in regular modes was the way to go. Battle Royale. The developers even released an article telling us that they were going to introduce launchers and zip lines. They also told us that they were going to rotate the chests. That happened for what? Around about a week? Let's land in one of the most popular spots where I know there is always a gold chest. No chest rotation. Weapon rotation is completely mid. If you have the custom skins and pick up a weapon, it's applied in Battle Royale. The whole mode situation and game modes in Pixel Gun 3D is actually one of the worst things about this game. And I can see it already. You guys know the exact chest that I'm talking about, the gold one. Battle Royale in any video game is meant to be RNG based. That means every time you run this map, it should be different. But there is always a blue chest up there. There is always a gold chest down here. And if I remember correctly, with this, there should also be one inside of there. And if I remember correctly, where these guys have gone on the left-hand side by the tents, there's always going to be one inside of there. He just broke it. Like, they wonder, and they're probably sitting there inside of their little office, wondering why this game is dying, or why it's practically dead. I could sit in a meeting with them and tell them 10,000 different things and 10,000 different reasons why their game is suffering. Whoever makes the corporate decisions on this game is to blame. Now, I'm not saying that YouTubers are the be-all and end-all with Pixel Gun 3D, but in any modern day era, content creators are so important for the video game industry. Look at Fortnite, look at Call of Duty, look at any kind of FPS related game. They have a really core streamer / content creator base that just pumps out numbers, pumps out videos non-stop. Pixel Gun 3D, you've got about 5 of us, at a push 10 of us. You haven't got any top content creators anymore. No new ones are coming through because no one's interested in this game. People think that this is a bad time for Pixel Gun 3D. It's going to get a lot worse. So much worse. You look at the classic game modes. We haven't had a new map in a long time. We've had map rotation and that's it. Teamfight has not evolved. Deathmatch has not evolved. Point capture. Here is a really good thing or a good idea what you could do with point capture. There's 3 points in point capture, right? We have A, B, and C. 1, 2, and 3. And you know what they could do to make things a little bit more interesting? Rotate the positions. A doesn't need to be here. Maybe put A in a different place. See B? Why not put B like in the middle here and make people fight it out in the middle? Maybe go and put C at the back over there. Things like that could just offer a different approach for the mode, a different way to play it. And like, that's just one basic idea. The fact in this game mode, it doesn't actually tell you how many points you've captured is insane. This is another request I asked the developers. You're playing point capture. You give us point capture challenges. Why not show us score, kills, points? And they do have it on the developer version because I've seen screenshots of it. There's so many quality of life things that this game needs. Flag capture. Boy, this is a different ball game. Like, point capture, flag capture. I personally think they either need a lot more modes or only one map at a time, and it needs to rotate and change. It's just you tap on one map and it could be Lost World, it could be Area 52, it could be Mining Camp. Same with flag capture. Escort. I feel really sad for Escort, to be honest with you, because this was a really good way to have clan versus clan. I liked Escort a lot more because Escort actually felt like you were playing clan versus clan, people versus people, not people versus machines that you have to shoot and then break down the gates. This like, that needs to change. And in my opinion, it's really sad to see. And here's another mode, for example, that I could sit here for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes and nobody plays. Not a soul. Not a single soul will play that. And I bet you if I go back inside of here, it's probably going to be the same 2 people with the racist names as a clan. And that's it. Nobody else. Same clan. Same people. It's dead. Team Strike. Aiden Shadow would probably talk a lot more about this because he played this a lot. This was really competitive. No new map changes. No new maps at all inside of this mode. Train Depot, probably one of the most popular ones that people used to play. So, yeah, the fact that the developers can't see this and their solution for new content is to just keep pumping out new weapons in 2024, the same thing that they did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I'm so happy that the way Pixel Gun release updates now doesn't work anymore. I'm so glad it doesn't work. I am so glad that we can see clear as day that just pumping out new weapons every single month with the same challenges, the same pixel passes, I'm so glad it does not work anymore. Because this is going to force this company who have been lazy for so long to change their ways. Granted, on this occasion, we did actually manage to find a team strike. One thing the developers don't like people doing in duels is gambling their gems. It's the reason why they ramped up the prices to be like 2,500 for a super chest. So instead of evolving this mode and possibly letting players gamble coins or even keys or a random new type of currency inside of duels exclusively, The way to do it was to increase prices, completely making this game mode obsolete. Practically, what they did is they killed their own game mode on purpose, which gives them such a horrible reputation. They can't throw bots in this because, again, you're gambling kind of currency. So this is a representation of what a real game mode is like in Pixel Gun 3D. This is the first fight I have had in years. Probably this year, to be fair. But you can see the whole prices situation. Maybe I also think PC might be a strong reason. I'm not blaming PC players. You guys are cracked out of your minds. But a mobile player wanting to gamble gems inside of here versus a PC player, it's not really a fair battle, is it? But we'll see how we do here. Let's have a little look here. Let's see how he plays. I'm gonna activate this real quick. Get him. I'm just gonna heal this. I'm sorry, bro. This is another OP. I think a lot of the weapons could also do with being nerfed as well. Bro's gone that way. Bro's gone that way. I'm gonna put that there. Come on. I'm out there, bees. I could just bait this, by the way. He's not gonna like it. No, he found me. Bro found me. What? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, we're playing like that, huh? Playing like that, huh? Listen, man. It's been a long time. I can't lose this game, all right? I have no idea where he's gone, but I'm going to reload. I have no idea where he's gone. Let's say activate this. Oh, I'll tell you what, I still got it, guys. I still got it. Y'all know me. I still got those skills. One more. Let's go. I still got it, boys. I still got it. He might come this way, actually. This is a horrible way to play, by the way. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. This is an underrated meta. I just don't play the meta that everybody else plays. A lot of people don't like me for that reason, too. Because I play very differently than you. Whoa, bro see me through the walls or something? Maybe he was. I'd love to know in the comment section, guys, how you think the developers could evolve this mode. Where'd he land? He didn't land. Sorry, man. GG's. Still got it. Your boy still got it. But I just want to show you one last thing before we end today's video. So I went onto YouTube and just searched Pixel Gun 3D duels. Like, there's one at the top there from Sab, which was 2 years ago. If we scroll down, we've got one from Keisha, which has 27,000 views from 5 months ago. You can see how old and how dated this is. 4 years ago, 58,000 views, 25,000 views. If we just keep scrolling, it's only 8 months ago. 8 months ago, I got 56,000 views on a duels video. Mr. LaPrume, 148k. We scroll down. All of these videos used to do serious numbers 2 years ago, over 100k. I'm not sure if this is a duels video, but Loser Cries on Ultimatum, 1.9 mil. 5 years ago, 578,000 views. So people want this kind of content. People love the competitive edge in Pixel Gun 3D, and you can see my older videos did serious numbers. And some of these are only like a couple of years old. Some are obviously older. 5 or 6 years ago. 6 years ago, 1.7 million. We never get those numbers anymore as a content creator, unfortunately. Sad to say, but unless Pixel Gun 3D plan to evolve their game modes, this game will die in around about 1 to 2 years. Not fully, but they will completely lay off all their employees to a point where we won't be getting updates anymore. Or we'll be getting them, like, very, very infrequently. Like a lot of mobile games. You're not to blame. I'm not to blame. The developers dug this hole themselves. Let's see if they can get themselves out from the other side. But I just wanted to talk about the game modes as a whole. Would love to know your opinions in the comments.